Mikal?
Yes.
Okay, hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you all? The lovely Connor Hill. I'm Gas Thomas, and we are so delighted to be playing with the Books Talk. And today we have this lovely lady tell us who you are, where you are, and what is the books that are talking to you. The book that's talking. Go.
So, hello, everyone. I love this series, really. My name is Michal Reich. I am from Israel, from Earth, from everywhere, from Jaffa. And we are planning to talk about the return of the gentleman. Let me show you what I have here. You know, we have only 3 books translated to Hebrew. We have The Return of the Gentleman, How to Become Money, and Being You Change the World.
And you've got 7 steps to flawless
And
communication
and
right?
it's in Hebrew too?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so how did we get so lucky? What
Those
can we do with that?
those are
And
some good books to have translated into Hebrew.
I would ask for, would you teach a fish to climb a tree? That
mm,
will be translated. Let's see.
yes. And so what is the return of the gentleman's? What is that gentleman's for you?
I can say that since we planned it, more and more gentlemen are showing up. How does it get any better than that?
I
And even
love that.
yesterday, I sat with friends of mine and we suddenly have a conversation about men, gentlemen, and the whole difference between the points of view of the men and the points of view of women. And what I love about this book is that it talks about both of them, and we actually always have both in the same, we talk about women, we talk about men, but there are both sides in each and every one of us. And gentle is my thing anyway. There is all sorts of communications, soft, gentle, harsh, even in facilitation, there are the ones who are do this, doing that, and there is the soft way. And actually being in a question makes everything more soft than being in conclusion about who we are. No, I see that there are some people from Israel. Shalom. Yeah.
Really wonderful. Really wonderful. And also, I love that you were saying, since we were talking about Return of the Gentleman, how many gentlemen have shown up for you? So
Mm-hmm.
what are the books that talk not
Mm.
only to you, but also to others? So thank you for choosing this title, Connor. Books talk. Yes.
They do talk. Yeah. And when our point of view creates our reality. So when we focus on something, then it show up more. So when we choose something, what are we really choosing? If it's being in focus on the gentle men and women, what are we asking? It was my body who chose it, not me. Let's talk about this.
Mm,
Cool.
And I
mm,
also love that it's small, it's short, it's thin, but it's big, interesting conversation. Um, and I like it when things are light and not heavy. And as an ex-man who doesn't, it's not always easy for me to read. So the thing that it's really short makes it really easy.
Wow. Wow. And when you go to those books, Connor and I have been talking about that. You don't have to read the first part, right, Connor? You don't have to read the second part.
Yeah.
See if you're connecting with your body, and Connor and I will be doing this Zoom in a few minutes about having grace with your body, with Grace Douglas. And what, when you open up the book, what shows up for you? So I'll just tell you what showed up for me. And
Mhm.
that on English, it's on page 106. It's called The Five Elements of Intimacy.
Mm,
Wow.
That's what
That's the
showed
one
up.
I opened
That's
too.
yes. So what is the intimacy that we can be, do have, and receive with gentlemen? So of course we wouldn't be here on planet Earth without women, without our moms and dads, right? So what is the gentleman in you? And all we're 50% women and 50% men. So are we gentlemen? Are you a gentleman? I get a yes. I get a yes. Please, anyone listening, www.acpublishing.com. You can find different things, but this particular gentleman book is actually on a different place, and you can put the link in there for them. In Hebrew, it's in a different place, but we have lots of them. And even if you have a book, this is Christmas time, the new year. Even in China, it's coming up a new season. Who and what can we create if we gift someone one of the books that work for us? Connor?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love that too, because a lot of us, when it comes to gentlemen, there's
He is a gentleman.
Hmm.
A gentleman. Look at that.
I've had me like, or I've had women say to me like, you're already a gentleman, or this man is already a gentleman. He doesn't need that book. Um, what if you
Yes.
get to be a contribution to them? Because for me, it's not a book that's about you're not, it's not giving this book to someone isn't about saying you're not a gentleman and here's how you need to be one. It's actually more of like the men that aren't gentlemen aren't gonna want to read this. And same with the women that aren't gentlemen, they're not gonna want to read this. So you can think of it more of a gift that would be a compliment to someone than
Mm.
a here's how a how-to manual. Because when I first read it, I literally cried through the whole thing. And I don't mean from like sadness. It was just it's interesting you said that your body chose this book, but it was just a release from my body of like, yeah, this is something I've always known that doesn't seem, it's not allowed in the world. It's not acknowledged, you know. Before we started this call, we were making a joke about Mikhail's last name. And there's a movie I really enjoy. Uh, it's to me, it's a funny movie because the director and the writer of the movie is a New Zealand guy, and he's Maori. He's like part Maori, which is the native people of New Zealand, and it's about the Nazis and the takeover and everything in Germany during the time of Nazis, but he puts he makes it comedy, while he also doesn't. And this man, I would actually say he is very much a gentleman. His name is, oh, I can't remember. I'll find his name. But he also doesn't, you know, he doesn't try to take away the truth. Like in the movie, it's very real of like what occurred and what went on. But then also being like, hey, let's make it funny. Like, let's laugh. He's like, you got to heal the world with laughter. Like, we don't need to all run around being sad and upset. We can laugh, but we don't have to turn our heads away from the reality in order to do so. So it just made me think of that movie because, and Dane is funny. The author of this book is so funny, very funny guy who is also someone that is not interested in turning a blind eye to anything that goes on in the world. And also interested in being like, hey, we don't have to be so sad about it. We can actually have a good time. And in that movie, it's called Jojo Rabbit because this kid, his name is, I think it's Johansson, but they all start calling him Jojo Rabbit because he's a little boy, a 10-year-old boy that gets sent to, Nazi military camp, and he wants to be kind. But all these older boys and everyone around him tells him he needs to kill a rabbit. But he just wants to sit and pet the rabbit. He's like, it's cute and I want to pet it. And they're like, you need to kill it, kill it, kill it. And then he's like, no, and he tries to get the rabbit to run away, but then they grab it and kill it, and then they start making fun of him and ridiculing him and bullying him for not killing the rabbit and for being weak. When what strength is that actually? So this to me it's a book to those kind of gentlemen in the world that have been told that they're weak and they're actually stronger than everybody else.
Wow.
And an invitation to know that and have that, and they're not necessarily alone in the world.
Wow.
Wow, it's amazing you said it,
Yes.
and thank you for that.
Thank you both. Thank you.
And
And thank you.
wow, what an amazing, when you start something, then you don't know where it will go. But my father was in the Holocaust,
Oh, wow.
and he was 14, and he
Wow.
was soft and gentle, and exactly what you said. This is how he behaved, and because he was so cute, he was saved. And it's amazing.
That's
It's that.
yeah.
And when I heard, it was something that we didn't want to talk so much at home because we didn't know how to reach it. But one time I worked in high tech before, and I went to Germany, and we went to a trip. And after that, I started to ask him questions. It was only when I was 20 something. And he started telling us, because he didn't want to that it will be too much, but when I asked, he talked. So it was exactly that. When I asked
Exactly.
something, he knew what to answer. Then he started to answer, and he said that. He told us about it. And when he said that, I was so, wow, I was so inspired that my father he was him. He got to be him, and cute and clever and soft. And there was one officer who was gentleman to let him go. Just, okay, you're too cute, you can go. And
That's
it's
amazing.
Amazing. Amazing. Please share with people in Hebrew, the book. And yeah, would love to. Yeah. see them in Israel in February or in Rome for the 3-day body class we're doing. So that's awesome. And thank you for sharing your awareness. And you don't have to hear what men say. When you listen, it's gentle.
To your body, and you
Yes.
let your body lead.
All right. Thank you so much. And we have one final one for this books talk next Wednesday, same time, and we will be on the place. So we'll see you there. Please
Wow.
come.
Thank you
Same.
so much.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And Merry Christmas and a happy, happy end of the year. Mwah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.